Hey, let me ask you a question. Has someone ever said to you, you need to have an A team or you need to choose A team players if you want to be successful in online business? Have you ever wondered what it really means to have an A player and why it's so important to have these A players in order to succeed? Like, why is it that you can't just have the people you like having fun with and you all do business together? My name is David, the digital creator, and for the next 30 days, I'm going to share with you insights from my online business journey experience. Let's talk about what an A player is and why it's so important for you to have them on your team if you're looking to succeed in your online business. An A player is someone who looks at a problem and decides to attack it skillfully as if it's their own, which means that when I talk to an A player and I say, hey, I have this situation, can you help me with it? They say, sure, I got it. How best would you like me to handle this in terms of the outcome that you want? I let them know the outcome and they go, I got you. So I'm a minister of music at a church. When the pastor at that church says to me, hey Dave, I have a funeral coming up. Can you and the choir provide music for it? I want him to rest assured. If he asked me to provide music for a funeral coming up, I got it. I'm prepared with more than enough music. I prepare the choir to know the hymns that we're going to sing. If emergencies come up and I need to, I can do a solo myself. Whatever the problem is, I got you. You can stop worrying about music if David Griffiths is your minister of music. This is what an A player does. They allow you the freedom to be brilliant at what's most important that you do, that only you can do, because they, in excellence, take ownership of their neck of the woods. You need an A player, because if not, as I have painfully experienced, you end up having 18 jobs. And you thought you were delegating, but if the people that you delegated it to don't do it at the highest level, or even 80% of what you would be capable of doing if you did it, and don't take ownership. And here's another important thing. Well-meaning individuals, if they don't follow instruction, it doesn't matter that they're well-meaning. What happens, they don't realize it, is if instructions were given, the expectation is they're going to do what's instructed. That's what the A player does. The A player, you give them the outcomes. If there's a list, they go, okay, this is the list, I got you. If there's an issue, they'll ask you a question for clarification. The problem is when people with good intentions start to decide, oh, well, I know they said they wanted this, but I think this would be better. They don't realize it because of their good intentions, but in reality, they are disrespecting the person who gave them the instructions and the client. Some clients actually take a lot of time to figure out what it is that they want. And so when you decide to go do it somewhere different because you're creative and you're a genius, you can have good intentions, but you're not being an A player because the client is going to be dissatisfied and unhappy no matter how brilliant your idea is if their preset instructions were not followed. So, why should you have an A player team? Because if you don't have an A player team, your delegation efforts will be thwarted by the lack of carefulness, the lack of commitment, the lack of execution of the team players that are not A team players. So I want to encourage you, if you're getting ready to go on your journey online, you're trying to figure out, okay, I know people always come to me and ask me for help in this area. But how do I monetize it? I got you. I have started a community. It's called Content Creating Academy. And I help faith-based coaches, entrepreneurs figure out how to connect with the people they want to serve through social media. In fact, in the academy, we help people develop their offer ladder. What's the free thing that you're going to give away to people to establish your email list? And then what's your low ticket offer? What would be like a core offer, or what's your high ticket? What is the range of services that you give? How do you show that you have value so someone can understand they can trust you to help them, and yet offer additional value for additional price? I'm happy to help anyone who's interested in supporting this area. If you are, please DM me and let's have a discovery call and see if we're a good fit. I want to encourage you not to stop until you find A players. Russell Brunson talked about the fact that before he had resources, he would cast a vision and he'd barter, or he'd give people a piece of the revenue that was going to come. So there's ways that you can get A players even if you don't have A player money to start with. So I encourage you, don't settle for not having the people who will actually help you live your dream. All right, so today is day 1. Through the month of May, every single day, I'll be here sharing with you insights that will help you on your online journey to connect with the people that you want to serve through social media to have a successful online coaching business. As always, I love you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And make sure that you take some time to get clarity on what it is that you want to accomplish. And then think about, who are the team players that I need? Make sure you write down what the characteristics of A team players are, and don't settle for any less. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Grace and peace.